tonight. I feel like I need to refocus on my gym goals a little bit. Just kind of get a little bit more dialed in. I'm just gonna play it by ear tonight, see what's available, see how crowded it is. It's 6:50 right now, almost 7. I'm putting on my shoes. But we've made it. Gonna go based off feel tonight, I feel like. That might be nice. So whatever's available, whatever's open. I recently really have not been prioritizing muscle and strength, and while for good reason, I fear that shift is coming. I fear a change is coming, and I think muscle might be our priority again, muscle and strength. So sometimes you gotta switch it up and keep things interesting, but alright. Oh yeah, I kind of have no plan, just vibes tonight. Let's hit this shit. I just plan on going super stream of consciousness here in hopes that it finds maybe one ear that it may help. Listen if you'd like, stay if you'd like. This is a safe space, and I hope you join me. Analysis paralysis, or paralysis by analysis. It is the idea that we spend so much time in our own thoughts and analysis on what is the perfect way to go about reaching my goal, go about a business venture, go about literally any decision that we make, any path that we go down or that we are looking to go down. It is the idea that we can overthink ourselves. We can overthink a situation or the next move or the best route to the point where we do nothing. We're paralyzed by such deep analysis and inner thought that we don't ever get anywhere. A great example of this is me sitting here right this second. I am breaking my own analysis paralysis by doing this. I have so many ideas and so many journeys that I want to go down. And the more that I sit around and just think about it, the farther I almost feel from actually doing those things or trying that route. And maybe you have experienced this in some way, shape, or form as well. I think it's pretty common. It's been an idea that's been popping up a lot in my life recently, the past week or two, I would say. Even down to me sitting down right this second and thinking, overanalyzing, is the lighting okay? You know, I didn't get really ready today. I don't really have any makeup on. What's someone gonna think? Literally, it doesn't matter. Or I'm in my comfy because I'm cold. Oh no, is that going to ruin whatever? No, the answer is no. Very well be majoring in so many minors right this second in whatever it is that you want to do. However this hits you is how it's meant to hit you, and in whatever facet. I was talking to someone yesterday actually about this idea, and about the idea of our thoughts being so all-consuming sometimes that they can paralyze us from where we actually want to go. And the way that they took it was almost this actual physical paralysis of almost maybe a thought spiral, or maybe more in line with anxiety or panic, where the way that this hit them was that they can sit there and overthink about all these possibilities that aren't even gonna happen. And the way that they were kind of explaining it is falling down so many mental rabbit holes that it becomes physically paralyzing to them. And that's one way that it could be experienced. Another way is for me, like I said right now, where I have these goals and things that I want to do in these ventures. And quite literally, the only thing that is in my way is the fact that it's easier and more comfortable to sit in my overthinking and to sit in my thought process of thinking about how I'm going to get to said goal, or what the outcome may look like, or what the outcome I want to be is. But you'll never actually get there until you take that first step. And I would argue that it's a better route to take to leave no stone unturned versus sit there and methodically plan which stone is the correct one to turn over. I'm going to paint a visual for you. Let's say that you're right here. This is you at this very moment. And your goal, where you want to be, is over here. And in between, in this blank space, in this negative gray space, are just a bunch of stones. And one is going to be the key, the access, the right stone to turn to get from point A, where you are right now, to where you want to be, your goal, point B. You have a couple options here. One, you can sit there and analyze every little stone and why this one may be the right stone and this one may be the wrong one, and spend so much time trying to pick that perfect one. Or you also have the option to turn over literally every stone until you get there. One requires action and the other requires so much thought. But what are the odds that you pick the right stone? Say there's 100. 1 in 100. You may be super lucky and be able to, the one action that you take leads you directly to that path. But I would very, very, very much argue that your odds of 99 of 100 or 1 out of 100, the 99 out of 100 is better than 1 out of 100. You need to stop thinking so much, because all you're doing is trying to find the perfect path, the perfect stone. You're trying to find that one perfect thing to get you to where you want to go. But what if you just stopped? Hear me out. What if you just stopped trying to find the perfect route and just took imperfect action? Just went for it. What's gonna happen? You turn over a stone, it's the wrong one. Next. You do it again. Next. Eventually, you will turn over the right stone. And I would just much rather take those bets than the bet of trying to find the perfect one the first time. And so that is in part me doing this right now, because I could sit around and think my thoughts aren't fully fleshed out yet. Do I have anything interesting to say? Like I said earlier, is the lighting bad? Do I look presentable enough? I can sit there and think about every single reason and try to make everything so perfect, or I can just sit down and talk. Or I could just stream of consciousness, see where this lands me. I would much rather take imperfect action than no action at all. And sometimes our analysis can be so deep and so all-consuming that we'd never take action at all. And what scares me more than failing a million times over is never even trying. I think that we get some sort of positive feedback loop and comfort from thinking about how we're going to get there. And then once we achieve that goal, what's that going to look like? It's almost like you can visualize it. And you can visualize it all you want. I think visualization is a really, really big tool. Maybe I'll talk about one day how I like to use visualization, how it's helped me. But you can sit there and you can visualize what it's going to be like once you get there. And that's great. And you may get the dopamine, the positive feedback from that visualization, but it's never going to be the same as it once you actually get there. And you will never get there if you do not take action. It's like the idea, if you believe in manifestation, I'm just going to refer to it as a higher power, whatever you subscribe to, whatever your belief is. If you do believe that there's a higher power out there that we can call upon when we want something, when we have a deep desire, when we have a goal, when we feel driven, when we feel called, you can call and ask upon God, the universe, a higher power, whatever that may be for you. How are you ever going to actually have those things come to fruition if you don't take some sort of action? It's like saying, I want to make $1 million and I'm never going to work. And I just want to be handed $1 million. I wish that's how it worked. Trust me. Trust me, I wish that is how things worked. But it's just not. That is not the law of the way that things work. That is not the law of manifestation. Or it's not, energy doesn't just come out of nowhere, right? That energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred or transformed. You have to be a part of that energetic transfer. It can't just be a one-sided, here you go, done deal. That's not how we get to where we want to go. Even if you are still, which I think is hugely beneficial, using a bunch of different tools, whatever tools you have in your toolbox, whether it is visualization or manifestation or planning even, playing the tapes out. I think that those are all great tools. But no matter what you're using, you still need action. Everything requires action to an extent. And like, there is going to be a little bit of pushback. And it's not that the destination is inaccessible, but it's that you just physically can't get there unless you actually take some course of action. And so I hope that this is kind of hitting you in whatever way that it's applicable to your life at the moment. I don't know if this is a universal kind of experience or idea, but it's one of those things where unless you know about it, you can't really name it to tame it. If there is something that you have been feeling called towards, or some desire that you really have, we don't just get these desires out of nowhere. Again, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed or transferred. And I believe that we do not just get these desires out of nowhere for no reason. I've always had the desire for something more, for something great. And I assumed that everyone had that desire. And I think we all definitely want to make it. I think that that's a pretty universal desire, but for something more, something so much more beyond what I think most people even think. Like, it took me a while to realize that not everyone just has these desires. And so your desire and your want, it's been given to you for a reason, because it can happen. If you can think it, you can achieve it. But not unless you actually take some sort of action step to get there. If you are anything like me as well, we are some introspective people. We are some awake, aware, sometimes to our detriment, sometimes it feels like a curse type people. Hey, I see you. You're not alone in that. I know it feels lonely though. I promise you're not alone in that. But I think a realization too is not everyone has that feeling. And so you were given whatever it is that you desire in this life for a reason, and it's because it is achievable. So don't get stuck, don't get paralyzed in your thoughts of what is the best way to get from here to here. You can have the perfect plan and the perfect path, but life is not perfect. And I really, really wish that we could just say, if I just do steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I'm going to achieve this big goal. But life is not that clear cut. And so we're going to face adversity, and we're going to struggle, and we are going to be thrown off our path and put onto a new one. And little do we know that it still leads to the exact same destination. You just may be taking the scenic route, or you may be taking the gravelly road and it's a little bit bumpier, but maybe it's faster. I don't know. You don't know until you actually get in the car and start driving. If there's one thing that you take away from this, if you're feeling stuck, you're feeling paralyzed by your own analysis or your own thoughts, stop thinking, take action, just do it. Like literally, come on, Nike. Words only work to a certain degree. Thoughts only work to a certain degree. How do you expect for the universe to help you, for God to help you, for whatever higher power, if you believe in none, for you to help you, if you don't take any action? Our thoughts only get us so far, and they only work to a degree. You're smart. You're smart as hell, but I'm going to urge you to stop thinking quite so much and to just start trying. And every time that you turn over a stone and it's the wrong one, it's not a failure, it's a step closer. And so with that, stop thinking, start doing. Thank you for giving me your time, your energy, and your attention. I hope you have a great day, and go take some action, as will I. Show up for yourself, and I'll be doing the same thing too.